Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about Monday Night Raw that ended up happening tonight, the show after WrestlePalooza. I actually thought it was a pretty good show tonight. Yes, I'm saying positive about WWE. You don't really get many fully positive reviews, but I really enjoyed tonight's episode post WrestlePalooza. It's just, I don't know. Episodes are fantastic when they let storylines progress organically instead of chasing viral moments on PLEs. I thought it was a good pacing show. Thought I had good matches. There was no fillers. Storylines advancing naturally. Hopefully they take note and keep delivering like this. The creative always locks in after the raw of a mid-shitty PLE. I thought we might get people returning, a surprise, but it was a good show. I thought there would be boring bits than there were, but there wasn't any boring bits, really. Honestly, that was actually a good show. Storylines progressed. Hopefully it's a good thing to come. But the episode was really good, and all we ask for is consistency. It's just like every sport that I watch. I just want consistently good of what I'm watching. But the one thing I will say negatively, all I ask for is a singles win for LA Knight. He doesn't have any wins. He has no singles win since joining Raw. Oh, is everyone supposed to win and be champion? Always taking losses to the top guys. I mean, you gotta give him a win eventually. You can't just be losing every week. And they never give him the big wins. The only one he got was against Seth. Well, I'm pretty sure it was against Seth Rollins. But even then, it didn't really turn out to be that much of a payoff. Because he wasn't really hurt. It was just a work. But honestly, I thought this was probably the best Raw in a little bit to me. I feel like WWE hasn't been fully trash in 2025, but it's just been very hit or miss. Like tonight, there was great matches, great stories, no filler, everything served purpose. I don't know why they can't do this most weeks, but there's positives on WWE programming. Like, there's positives. But yeah, this did not have obviously the spectacle or the hype or the star power of WrestlePalooza. But dare it be said this was better? This was a better, more consequential show. Obviously to me than that. You obviously had I'll go over the full card, but Rollins and Rhodes promo at the top of the broadcast, I thought that was pretty good, was strong. Set the stage for a high-stakes match with plenty of backstory. They've wrestled 3 times before. I mean, I can't say I'm too excited with a Crown Jewel Championship. That really doesn't mean anything. And I think it's just stupid. But, you know, you have that. Jey Uso's continued descent into a desperate, self-centered tribal chief. I guess it's been a good new twist to the story. In the main event, continued the trend of women's wrestling, oftentimes being the best element of the WWE programming of 2025. And you sprinkle in the latest of this new incarnation of Bayley and understand, but another excellent showing from J.D. McDonough, some fun chaos in the form of that opening 6-man tag match. You have a show that did more to deliver something for everyone, including meaningful moments, angles. It's almost as if WWE is at its best when it stays focused and delivers instead of trying too hard to produce a spectacle. It's like WrestlePalooza. They tried too hard, and it just under-delivered, and it was an overhyped show. I didn't overhype it. People were overhyping. Other people on Twitter were probably overhyping it. WWE was as well. So, but this was a pretty damn good show. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Really enjoyed this compared to the past few weeks. It's just all I ask for is consistency, honestly. I'm not asking for 10 out of 10 shows. I'm just asking for, watchable shows. I guess they just have to get bullied into, booking good show. But when you have they can have good storylines, fresh feuds, and good wrestling. It can be done. They can always have good wrestling. But when you get fresh feuds and good storylines, it makes it even better. Tonight, I thought it was probably one of the best shows all year, honestly. And look, they can have, all I ask for is consistency. We'll see what they do next Monday. But I want Friday Night SmackDown to be watchable too, so maybe we can bully them into that being good. But it's the airwaves on the heels of WrestlePalooza, and during which a new women's champion was crowned. CM Punk and AJ Lee shut down Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. The Vision faced the Usos, and Cody Rhodes successfully retained his title. Let's see what went down here. Let's go over the card. So start, we get a Cody Rhodes promo. He's on Monday Night Raw. So he kicked off Raw, discussed the upcoming Crown Jewel Championship match against the World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins on October 11th. Said the Visionary, he interrupted, joined him in the square circle, admitted that he had Crown Jewel circled on the calendar, and that a match between them is bigger than just champion versus champion. And quote, "I want the truth. What do you think of me?" He asked Cody. So, what do I think of you? Question mark. You changed my life, Rhodes responded, crediting his Shield for validating his career by helping to get the WWE title on his shoulder. The promo intensified from there, with Rollins taking exception to Rhodes considering himself the quarterback of WWE, stating, "You can't be the quarterback. You can be the quarterback, but you're not my quarterback." Rollins called himself the Alpha, but Rhodes reminded him that he has a 3-0 record against the Architect. The previous 3 matches, that exclamation point concluded the promo as Rhodes left the squared circle untouched by Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. This was a pretty good promo to start the show. This was exactly what it needed to be. There's no need for some overthought, overbooked storyline. Rollins and Rhodes have history, including the former assisting the latter to the WWE title in the main event of WrestleMania 40. They both see themselves at the top in the business. They're champions. Rhodes has beat him 3 times, and he let it know to play mind games ahead of October 11th. So this is a great promo, with only not being the reliance on the question trope. But honestly, this is exactly what needed to be, man. Backstage, fired up Jimmy Uso told Jay that he tried to get a rematch against the Vision tonight, but the former world champion booked his own match against LA Knight. The fiery intensity of Jay and his gaslight of his brother continued the trend toward peak heel Roman Reigns. So you had that. Then you had the no disqualification 6-man tag match. So the weeks-long battle between the team of the Warrior Raiders and Penta and the union of the New Day and Grayson Waller came to a head in a six-man tag match, no DQs. Penta and the Warrior Raiders defeated the New Day and Waller. Penta pinned Waller with a nice Mexican destroyer off the top rope. This was a fun, chaotic brawl that did not overstay its welcome. There was plenty of plunder, a fun spot or two, and a great finish by Penta. Hopefully, though, this is the finale of the 2 feuds at play here, because they are tearing on repetition. Like, they're just too much repeating. And hopefully Penta does something different. Backstage, Roxanne goaded JD McDonough to facing Dominic by facing Rusev, to which he accepted for the Judgment Day, only to learn that the Intercontinental Champion already offered him up and had made the match official. Had the match made official by General Manager Adam Pearce. Elsewhere, Lyra attempted to apologize to Bayley for barging in and earning her wrath last week, but the role model did not remember anything about it. Insisted they were good, hinting at the split personality storyline that was originally introduced in those pre-tape videos. So this will continue to be good. Stephanie comes out, fresh off winning the championship. Joined Adam Pearce in the middle of the ring for a promo. She credited the fan support of her as well as her unwavering hard work and desire. She credited her dad for being her greatest role model and vowed, "My fire will keep making history and nobody can stop me." Segment ended with the GM announcing Stephanie will meet the winner of Tiffany Knight or Jade Friday on SmackDown at Crown Jewel for the event's Women's Championship. It's going to be Tiffany and Stephanie, most likely. But, it was just short and sweet and to the point. There are many other promo segments on WWE TV right now that could take a page. Just comes across as humble and likable. More importantly, found out what's next for her. What's going to be next? Well, she's either going to face Tiffany, Jade, or Nia. It's most likely going to be Tiffany at Crown Jewel? I was about to say Clash. I mean Crown Jewel. That's most likely what's going to happen. So backstage, Austin Kyrie Sane interrupted Rhea and Nikki Bella, congratulating La Primera, leading to Rhea issuing a challenge from the Empress of Tomorrow for a match tonight. Which obviously was Kyrie Sane, I think. Bayley versus Roxanne Perez. They wrestled. This was pretty good. Roxanne Perez has been a workhorse for WWE with Wade Barrett revealing commentary during the match that the Prodigy has tied LA Knight for the most matches in 2025. She's wrestled a lot. This is a strong match. Bayley and Roxanne, whose in-ring work speaks for itself, and whose chemistry with each other and the rest of the women's division has never been in question. The character work from the former was also solid, though it may take fans a few more weeks to fully embrace the drastic two-face, split personality concept with Bayley. She's like a split personality, like the hugger Bayley and the heel Bayley. But yeah, it's a strong match, and Bayley defeated Roxanne. Down here. Backstage, Jimmy Uso asked Cody Rhodes to try and talk some sense into Jay. Rusev versus JD McDonough. Rusev defeated JD via submission. Honestly, this was a better match than it had any right to be, and McDonough's gutsy performance even had fans in Evansville, Indiana, rooting for him. Rusev has always had some of his best matches against smaller opponents, and this was no difference. Mysterio's cowardice and Balor's save were nice touches. It only serves as the latest in a deteriorating relationship between the self-centered IC champion and his teammates, where he'll probably leave is he going to leave the Judgment Day or something? I don't know. Backstage, Kyrie implored EF Sky to talk to Asuka, claiming the Empress tomorrow is why they're all there. LA Knight, yeah, versus Jey Uso. Jey Uso defeats LA Knight via pinfall. Another loss for LA Knight. Yeah. So, Jey Uso worked as a heel here. He was aggressive and intense. I think probably would have suited him better in his match. Like, for example, against Gunther at WrestleMania 41. It worked here, and Knight fighting from underneath was the perfect babyface. Then your main event, Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. This was great. Really, Rhea Ripley is actually a damn good wrestler. You should have her wrestle every week instead of having her just do backstage shit. She can actually wrestle. Yeah, does WWE know that? You can have her go out there and wrestle instead of just doing backstage stuff. I just hate when they have people that can wrestle just do backstage shit and don't wrestle a lot. She can fucking wrestle. This match was excellent. This was not the first time we've seen Rhea and Asuka battle, and it was good. If not better than any of the others. After that post-match angle, which heated the Kabuki Warriors back up and presented the Empress of Tomorrow as a dangerous backstabbing threat, you have a strong close to the show. Rhea does not get many of these televised single matches at this point, but once she does, Triple H and the creative team do a great job of presenting them as something special. Given this, the main event slot was definitely the right call. And Rhea Ripley defeated Asuka, but then at the end there, Asuka delivers the mist. Blue mist to the face. It was a 2-on-1 attack. Io made the save, tried to talk some sense, but after a hug, ate a nasty spinning back fist. She hesitantly attacked, Sane did, Io, and the Hills left the former world champions lying on the mat to close the show. So yeah, that's what happened on Monday Night Raw tonight. Like I said, thought it was really damn good. Bunch of more stories tonight. It's good when they actually let it play out organically. So yeah, I'm gonna give it, but like I say, give it an 8 out of 10. So leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Until next time, I like. Peace.